Picture this. You remember a specific event, quote, or even a book title a certain way. But when you look it up, it's different. Not just slightly, but entirely. Welcome to the world of the Mandela Effect, a phenomenon that will make you question your own memories, and possibly even your sanity. Named after the late Nelson Mandela, it's a strange occurrence where a significant group of people remember the same detail, event, or physical thing differently than how it's recorded in history books, newspapers, and other authoritative sources. Take the beloved children's book series, The Berenstain Bears. Now you might swear on your favorite honeypot that it was always the Berenstain Bears, with an E, but alas, your childhood memories have betrayed you. It's Berenstein, with an A. And no, it's not a reprint or a modern adaptation. It has always been that way as far back as the books go. Or how about the iconic Star Wars line, Luke, I am your father. Seems right, doesn't it? But hold on to your lightsabers, folks, because the actual line is, no, I am your father. Shocking, isn't it? And these are just two examples. There are countless others, ranging from geographical details to famous movie quotes, logos, and even historical events. It's as if our collective memory has taken a joyride through an alternate reality and returned with souvenirs that don't quite fit into our world. Now you might be thinking, surely this must be a simple case of misremembering. We're human after all, and the human memory is anything but infallible. And you'd be right to an extent, but the sheer scale and consistency of these misrememberings are what make the Mandela Effect so intriguing, so baffling, and so downright spooky. So now that you know what the Mandela Effect is, ever wonder what could possibly cause such a widespread misremembering? Let's dive into it. Enter CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, and the world's largest particle physics laboratory. This behemoth of scientific exploration is nestled in the border between Switzerland and France, and it's here that some of the most groundbreaking research in the realm of particle physics takes place. CERN's most famous creation is the Large Hadron Collider, a 17-mile-long particle accelerator that allows scientists to study the very building blocks of the universe. It's like a superhighway for protons, whizzing them around at near light speed before smashing them together to observe the results. Now here's where things get interesting. Some theorists suggest that these high-energy particle collisions could create tiny, temporary black holes. And if those black holes were stable, they could theoretically become gateways to other dimensions or realities. This is where CERN's work might intersect with the Mandela Effect. Consider this. What if these experiments are causing ripples in the fabric of reality, subtly shifting our perception and causing collective misremembering of certain events? What if the Berenstain Bears were once the Berenstain Bears, but a tiny ripple from CERN's experiments nudged our universe into a slightly different reality, where the name is spelled differently? It's a wild theory, and it's not one that many mainstream scientists would endorse. But then again, the existence of the Higgs boson, a particle that gives other particles mass, was once a wild theory too, until CERN's Large Hadron Collider confirmed its existence in 2012. Of course, it's important to note that the notion of CERN's experiments influencing reality is speculative. It's based on theoretical physics and interpretations of quantum mechanics that are far from universally accepted. But it's fascinating to ponder, isn't it? So could CERN's experiments be causing shifts in our collective memory? Sounds like a leap, but bear with us. Quantum mechanics. A field of study that sounds complex because, well, it is. But it's also the field that suggests the existence of parallel universes. Mind-bending, isn't it? It's like an episode of Stranger Things, but in real life. Now let's dive into the deep end of the quantum pool. Quantum mechanics is a fundamental theory in physics that provides a description of the physical properties of nature at the scale of atoms and subatomic particles. It's a world where particles can be in two places at once, or spin simultaneously in opposite directions, defying the rules of classical physics. One of the most fascinating theories that quantum mechanics has given birth to is the concept of parallel universes. It suggests that there isn't just one universe but an infinite number of universes that exist parallel to each other. These universes collectively form what scientists call a multiverse. So, theoretically, in another universe you could be a rock star, an astronaut, or even the president. Pretty wild, right? Now let's bring CERN into the picture. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, better known as CERN, is the world's largest particle physics laboratory. They're the brainiacs behind the Large Hadron Collider, the world's most powerful particle accelerator. So how does CERN's work intersect with the theory of parallel universes? Some speculate that the high-energy particle collisions happening at CERN could potentially create tiny black holes, which might act as bridges to these parallel universes. It's like they're trying to crack open the cosmic egg to see what's inside. But here's where things get even more interesting. What if these experiments were causing us to slip between these parallel universes, causing the Mandela Effect? One moment you're in a universe where it's Berenstain Bears, and the next, it's Berenstain Bears. Could this be the reason why some of us remember things differently? Imagine if CERN's experiments were somehow causing us to slip between parallel universes without us even knowing. Mind-boggling, isn't it? Time travel, a captivating concept in science fiction. But could it actually be happening right under our noses? Imagine, if you will, the bustling laboratories of CERN, where the world's greatest minds are tinkering with the fabric of reality. They're playing with particles that, theoretically, could have profound implications for our understanding of time itself. Now let's take a step back. Time travel has long been a staple of popular culture, from H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to Back to the Future and Doctor Who. These works of fiction often hinge on the idea of causality, the principle that cause precedes effect. Change something in the past, and the future changes too. But could this really happen? Well, according to some theories in physics, it's not entirely out of the question. And here's where CERN comes into play. Their experiments with particle physics, particularly those involving the Higgs boson, are pushing the boundaries of what we know about the universe. But let's not get carried away. We're not suggesting that CERN scientists are hopping in a DeLorean and zipping back to the 1950s. However, their experiments might be influencing time on a quantum level, subtly altering our timeline and causing the Mandela Effect. Think about it. We remember things that didn't happen or happened differently. Could these be signs of timeline alterations? It's a wild idea, but then again, so is smashing particles together at nearly the speed of light to see what happens. But let's not forget, this is all speculation. There's no concrete evidence linking CERN's experiments to time travel or the Mandela Effect. But it's part of the human condition to question, to explore, and to wonder. And in the end, isn't it the mystery that makes it all so fascinating? So we return to our original question. Could time travel be happening right under our noses? Well, until we have a flux capacitor or a TARDIS, we can't say for sure. But it's a tantalizing thought. If CERN's experiments could potentially alter our timeline, what else could they be capable of? From altering timelines to opening portals to other dimensions, CERN has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories. But how much of this is fact, and how much is fiction? As we delve into the realm of conspiracy theories, it's crucial to remember that skepticism is a healthy part of any scientific inquiry. When we examine the claims surrounding CERN, we ought to do so with a critical eye, emphasizing the importance of evidence-based inquiry and rational analysis. It's easy to get caught up in the intrigue of the Mandela Effect, with its tantalizing hints of altered realities and distorted memories. The notion that CERN, a scientific research organization, could be responsible for such phenomena is admittedly thrilling. Theories abound, from the belief that CERN's experiments are creating ripples in the fabric of reality, to the claim that they are intentionally manipulating collective memory for some nefarious purpose. However, it's essential to remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. While it's perfectly fine to entertain these theories, we must always do so with a healthy dose of skepticism. After all, the scientific method is built upon the principle of testing hypotheses against empirical evidence. Without concrete proof, these theories remain just that, theories. Yet this doesn't mean we should dismiss these ideas outright. On the contrary, they serve as a fascinating springboard for thought-provoking discussions about the nature of reality, memory, and perception. They compel us to question our understanding of the world and challenge us to think critically about what we take for granted. So as we navigate through the labyrinth of conspiracy theories, let's remember to engage our critical thinking skills. Let's question, scrutinize, and analyze. Let's embrace the spirit of scientific inquiry, probing the boundaries of our knowledge and understanding. As we wrap up, take a moment to ponder this. If CERN's experiments could potentially alter our reality, what does that mean for our understanding of the world? And more importantly, what does that mean for our memories?